Hi, I'm John Bandish, an artist and musician, and why am I making this video? Because I want to be just like all the other internet stars out there. Not really. Making this video because I suppose social media has its advantages. Artists sharing things, and whatever it is they're doing. Creativity is awesome like that. I think the truth is, I've been following somebody, Elliot Hulse, for a while. Just I casually watch videos and stuff, but I was never into this whole sitting in front of a camera talking to myself. But in following his videos and other people's videos and just living my life, I got up and I went to work like everybody else, and I bought a house and I bought into the system. I even bought into the whole schooling system and the art world system. I have an undergraduate degree from Tyler School of Art. Awesome, very affordable, and I wouldn't change my education for the world. And I thought to be a real artist, I had to go to graduate school and get my MFA, my Master's of Fine Arts, and get that piece of paper. And then somehow, the clouds would part and the sun would shine down, and all of a sudden I'd be this artist. But that's a lot of money. I got accepted into programs. I even went for a very short time to a program, and there was just something inside of me. I wish I could say there was some voice saying, don't do it, but there was just something inside of me that said, like, this is not the way. And I gotta be honest, I never really thought that sitting making videos for YouTube, posting on Instagram was gonna make a career for myself either. But the truth is, I bought into the American dream system too. Work hard, pay your taxes, retire, all that kind of stuff. And maybe it's not totally bad. I suspect there's other people out there that would kind of agree that there is bits and pieces of it that still work for the everyday person. But something that Elliot Hulse has talked about in his videos about following your heart, being on a path, being on the hero's journey. It's a fantastic book, by the way. You should read it if you haven't. There's something about that rang true, something that just innately felt right. But how do you marry that, right, with wanting to be creative and still pay Uncle Sam his fair change, because you can't escape that, right? Those are things they don't tell you in college and school. Death and taxes, right? How do you marry all of those things into life? These are things that the education system just isn't built to kind of teach people. Perhaps social media has a little bit of a leg up in that way. Maybe that's why I'm making this video. But I decided to at least make a sort of diary style video for one day, maybe when somebody does see the value in my art or my music or my prose or my poetry or any other creative endeavors that I'm doing or will do. There's something to be said about what Mr. Elliot Hulse has been saying. I know there's people out there that don't like him for some reason. I don't know this whole social media thing. I really don't care, to be honest. But again, I bought into this system, and it's funny how soul-sucking it can be. You know, you work for jobs that say, you know, we love you, you know, you're part of us, until one day the company is not profitable, and then you're not a part of it. It can happen to anybody at any time, for any reason, right? But I bought into it, and it does work. I mean, I bought a house pretty cheap at a time when the housing market was pretty bad, and had help all along the way by tons of people. So I can't say I did it all on my own, but worked really hard. Spent a lot of years working lots of jobs, odd jobs here, there. Learned how to do things, called in favors, paid for favors. Not like that. You know, and I'm going to be able to take this house and sell it for a profit. So all my blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of all that, you know, will come true. And, you know, there's a way to make money. Kind of set yourself up. Like, how do you set yourself up? How do you marry in life wanting to do the things you want to do and still creating a life? I hate the concept of money, but still have to make money to survive in the world. But there's smarter ways to go about doing what you want to do. I guess that's been my part of the hero's journey. A little tip of the hat, if you will, to Elliot Holtz for putting people onto that. You put me onto it, I should say that. And maybe that's what these videos are about, is sort of just, hey, here's what I've learned to somebody. You know, I'm not the oldest. I look pretty young. I'm not young. I'm 34. That's not old either. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm saying. I don't have a script. I have a couple of notes in a book. That's about it. I'll probably just keep making some of these. Just, again, I don't really care. This isn't necessarily for anybody, or if you get something out of it, great. Hopefully they're not too long. But yeah, I'm at a point now in my life where I'm trying to figure out, even still, but in a different way than I have, how do you marry having to pay bills and live, in the financial sense of live, but how to really live. How do you get yourself to that hero's journey? Because ultimately, in the end, getting up and going to some job, and you're taking your last breaths, you're not worrying about, I wish I left my desk a little neater. For me, it'll be saying, you know, I wish I would have just finished recording that song, or finished that painting, or just did that drawing. Told that person one more time that, you know, I love them. Those are the things that matter, right? Not some job, not a paycheck. They're not frivolous, but they're not as important as other people think. There's smarter ways to going about living life and making life work for you, and I guess that's what this is, kind of. It's for other artists to figure out ways to make the system work for them. You know, kudos to those people that do have their MFAs and are in ridiculous amounts of debt and are somehow trying to figure that all out. I'm not saying that that's a bad way. I'm saying that shouldn't there be other ways, you know? What does it mean to you to be an artist? I'm not figuring out what that means to me. So, yeah. That's it.